Welcome to the chat. Please remember to guard your privacy and abide by all of YouTube's community guidelines. Thank you. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Take what resonates and discard the rest. Thank you. Melanie, what's going on? How you doing today? It's time. It was time. I told a subscriber I was gonna jump on video today, Saturday, almost 3 o'clock, but it's good. I'm all right. I'm doing all right. The best that I can be doing. I wish I was fishing though. I wish I was fishing. I wish I still had my truck. I'd be 30 miles from here if I had my truck. Hold on, let me scoot over. There we go. I need to get my hair whipped up. My shit is growing. I'm talking about, I need to do something with it. I guess that's the good thing about living in the north. This cold weather gonna make your hair grow. So my last video I made, the last live I did, it was something like a hit, bro. The numbers are going up, so that's awesome, man. I didn't even expect that. I just be talking about some real stuff. And I guess it's starting to trend. I don't know what the hell it's doing, but whatever it's doing, make sure you like the video and subscribe. If you find it in your heart to do so. Duck, what's going on, bro? We are in the building like Bob the Builder. Your brother got your account, huh? Shout out to all the brothers out there that are actually cool with each other. Me and my brother don't talk, man. Don't ask me to explain, but we don't communicate, and that was his choice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What's been happening, man? Slow motion. I've been slow motion, minding my business, making my content, and staying out the way, bro. Staying out the way, man. You know, one thing I can tell you is I ain't never expected life to be easy. And people that expect life to be easy are the ones that have it the worst. For real, for real. But I think it's going to be a pretty good weekend, man. It was 70 degrees in Michigan just yesterday. Now it's not even going to hit 50 today. Oh man, you know what? I haven't been cooking anything lately. I cooked some hamburgers and shit. But I got some stuff coming up. I gave a date, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to honor that date. So it may not happen whenever I announced it, but it will happen, no doubt about that, right? I've been backing up off of my short videos lately because, believe it or not, when you start creating content, right, and you make a bunch of short videos, it goes against the algorithm because the algorithm doesn't push short videos. It only pushes long form and lives, right? It'll push those, right? Especially if the videos that you make are showing that they consistent, then the algorithm will help push your content. So I do still make my shorts, but I've been trying to focus on my videos that are actually giving the people the insight, man. That I feel that a nice low number of of the community needs, man. You know, but I need the subscribers, man, to push the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? You know, I need the subscribers, man. I need more engagement, but right now I'm not even tripping whether I get it or not. I'm just gonna keep bam, 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 doing what I'm supposed to do, right? But you know, the other night I was talking about this aggressive move towards the future, and a lot of people like that video. So I don't know. Maybe we should talk about it again. I'm not really sure exactly what we're gonna be doing, but you know, whatever it is, it's gonna be good though. I assure you that, man. I've been thinking about heading downtown and doing a live down there. You know what I'm saying? But man, I stay far, far from downtown, right? So to get downtown is gonna take half the day, but it'll be worth it. I'm just waiting for the temperature to heat up a little bit, man. Right? It's it's not even that it's cold, right? It's just that when you just outside all day, then it gets cold, right? And since I'm like 17, 18 miles away from downtown. But believe it or not, it ain't gonna take nothing to get down there. I can get down there easy, but it's just that I'm not ready to head down there just yet. I didn't even know about the delay, bro. I didn't even know about it. I know that they need to fix the numbers so when you're doing a live, especially when you got like the fastest internet speed available, the the count on your video doesn't lag and show you false numbers. Like for example, if there's 5 people in here, it'll show me 0 when there's 5. But when 5 pops up, the 5 people then left, so it's always off. It's always off. And I haven't been able to figure out why that's the case, but I guess a lot of people on here on this YouTube shit go through the same thing. So I'm not gonna take it personal, not at all. I'm not gonna take it personal. I got my cup of coffee today. It's almost 3. Hold on. But one thing I don't want to talk about is the war. I don't want to talk about Israel. I don't want to talk about the files. There's so many other things. I suppose, not necessarily positive, but like kind of positive, a little bit of positivity never hurt nobody, you know. But I know it's a weird time of the day because, man, a lot of my subscribers, bro, they're nighttime people. So Melanie here, but like I probably won't see Jay Biggs. He might show up, but I doubt it. But like I get a lot of hits at night. I should be doing nighttime. I might do another one tonight though. I might do another one tonight because all my people show up at night, like late at night, bro. Like, man, anytime after 11 to midnight type shit. But you know, right now I just wanted to jump on and see who is out and about, who is asleep, who is awake, and who's on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing for me is, how would I say it? Take a mental note of the effery, but don't acknowledge it. You know, I went out to Walmart to do some shopping, and it was weird because while I was there, there were people in the store that were trying to bug me, right? And they knew that I seen that they was trying to bug me, right? They knew that that's what they was doing. But so what I chose to do was not acknowledge it, right? I locked eyes with the people, you know, like somebody would come past me in their basket and they would do a real wide turn like they were gonna hit me and stuff. And I would just lock eyes with them, but I wouldn't acknowledge it because you're not finna get me with reactive abuse. I've done that before and we won't be doing that in the future, man. You know, so I seen it. It was a couple ladies, a few dudes, but it was like, you know, when I first started being subjected to this weirdo stuff, I was like really mad all the time. And I always wanted to react, but then I was like, wait a minute. How you doing, Stacy? Stacy be stopping in from time to time. Let me see something though. All right, Stacy, you're locked in. But yeah, you know, like I used to get real mad, like real mad, like end up in jail kind of mad type shit, right? Oh, well, make sure you like and subscribe, sir. You don't have to stay subscribed if you don't like what I got, but you know, go check out the videos, check out the shorts, the lives, whatever you want to look at, man. I wish I had more to offer than just a digital video, but you know, I'm telling you, I got the kind of stuff that'll keep you stuck for a while. You know, you'll watch it and be like, hey, I kind of like that, you know. But I wanted to do a live is hard. Why you say live is hard, Stacy? Live is hard for me because everything is manipulated around my life. So it's hard for me to be seen like I need to be seen, right? Like, it's just hard. It is hard, you're right. It's hard, but I want to know, why is it hard for you? What makes you say that? I have my own reasons, but when someone else says it, I would like to know what makes it hard. I can tell you this though, if you treat a live video like a not live video and you get your script together. Your father is sick? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Shout out to the fathers out there, man, the sick and the healthy. If you don't mind me asking, what's going on with him? Would you be willing to share it? Because I send my condolences either way, and say a quick prayer for your father. You know, may God heal Stacy's father in a speedy way so he can get up and enjoy life as he should for the days ahead and be there as long as God allows him to be there. And he has a speedy recovery, you know, but sometimes, you know, praise God, you can pray, but I do believe that some things are out of God's hands, so we could put it in his hands. He's 84. Oh man. Oh, okay. Well, he's a lucky man, whether he's ill or not, because people don't even get to see that age anymore, man. He's from the old school, back when things were simpler and the food was better and life was more practical. But either way it goes, we'll still pray for your father. You know, that's a mandatory thing. You know, my grandfather was around 87 when he passed, and honestly, I think he would have made it to 90, but he didn't get a chance to. And me personally, as much as I hate to admit it, I've lost a lot of family over the years, man. My mother, my father, my grandmother, and my grandfather on both sides of my family. You know, my siblings are still around, my cousins and everything, but a lot of people passed away, man. I'm still here, but it gets lonely from time to time, and it makes me saddened from time to time because, you know, I look back at my memories from childhood and adolescence, and I'm like, man, I remember when everybody was around. I could take a trip in either direction, and I could find a family member. And now I feel not necessarily all by myself in the world, but like I feel like the people who cared about me the most are no longer with us. And that would make anybody feel down sometimes, you know, like I was desperately missing my mother the other night, you feel me? Like I was really missing her. My mom used to give me all the advice, even when she didn't have the advice. Not donut guy. Hey, what's going on? I think I know you, donut guy. I think I know who you are. Yeah, I see your dog. I'm gonna have to wait till the. So I finally figured out how to pull up the comments. Yeah, I figured that was Chicken Little. I was gonna say Raids, but I was like, I know Donut Guy is Raids. I know he is, man. But I just didn't want to. I didn't want to be wrong, so I didn't ask. But I'm glad you let me know for sure that I was right the whole time. And I'm glad that all this time, bro, you didn't stay down and continue to come and say what's up, bro. That really makes me feel good, man. You know, everybody, man. Raids is one of my donut guy. That's what we're gonna call him, not donut guy. He been around since literally the beginning, bro. The beginning. And I be seeing you, man. I be seeing you leave comments. I be seeing you stop by the yeah, Godson, you be around too. Absolutely, man. You be around. I'm acknowledging you as well, you know. Yeah, I remember you, man. I feel like you changed your profile picture though, and your handle since I first met you, but you know, um you're still you though. You're still you, bro. I don't care what you change. My brother changed his name, like literally went to the DMV and did a official name change, but he's still him. He's still him. Hey, the YouTube algorithm wants to know, are you a phone case kind of person or a naked phone kind of person? Me, I'm a phone case type of person because I drop my phone a lot. And so I'm a phone case person, YouTube. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate it. God loves us all. Even if we don't love each other, love ourselves, or love Him, He still loves us. And that's what's great about the Holy Administrator. Hey, you know what? I heard an analogy yesterday that was so crazy, man. Dude was saying that we worship the one true living God, right? Like the real God, like the one that makes miracles in our lives, the one that can change our conditions, and the one that is the ruler over all things, right? But then he was like, you know, our and I don't even want to say it like this, but I got to, man, because I don't think the government is 100% Luciferian, right? Right, but that's what everyone says, right? So that's not me saying that. That's just what I've learned from other people that make these videos about, you know, our elite people being satanic and Luciferian. But the craziest part was he was like, yeah, they worship God too, God. And so I was like, all right, well, what is the God to them? And the guy was like, gold, oil, and drugs, or guns, oil, and drugs. And I was like, guns, oil, drugs, God. Oh my cranium. I cannot believe this dude put that together like that. But he did. And I was like, well, money got to fit in there somewhere. I guess all those things equal money. So, I was just like, the shit you hear on the internet, man, is crazy work. Because I would have never thought of nothing like that, man, to abbreviate the actual word of God to become three things that create one idea. And, but it makes all the sense in the world. That's the crazy part. Gold, oil, and drugs. Wow. That was like, I couldn't believe it. You know, I couldn't believe it, man. But that's what they be saying, man. Donut guy says he's a phone case kind of guy for show for show. Yeah, man, if you anything like me, man. I remember one day, man, when I was working on my work truck, man. This was my days when I had a good phone. I think I paid like $300 for it, right? But I didn't have a case for it. I kept meaning to go get a case, but I had bought this phone. It was a big ass phone too, man. It was big. It was the time when everybody was into the big phones, damn near as big as a tablet, right? And I had it in my back pocket, and I was preoccupied working. I was working for this door frame company, right? Like I was building frames for hospitals, police stations, office buildings. I was just building frames. I built frames for schools. Um, and then from time to time, we would go out and install them or go drop them off wherever they needed to be dropped off at, right? And so I had this big ass phone, man, and so I had it in my back pocket, right? And I was so preoccupied with what I was doing that I got into the work truck. I was ready to go, right? Jumped in the truck, sat out on the hard ass seat, and I heard a crunch and a snap. And I was like, what the hell was that? So I reached in my back pocket and pulled my phone out, and it was cracked in half and shattered, man. I was like, oh my God, bro. What is really happening here? So I had to go buy a whole new phone. You know what I'm saying? And it was no using that phone again either, man. It was all the way. You ever had that experience where you had your phone in your back pocket and then it just you sat down and heard it crunch, and for a split second you thought it was something else, you didn't know what it was till you pulled your phone out your pocket and that shit was snapped in half. I was upset too, man. I was upset, man. But from that day forward, I always had a phone case, man. And I always went with the Otter box. I was like, we gonna get these Otter boxes, man. But yeah, that was messed up. That's what I get for having a big ass phone, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get for having a big ass phone, you know. But I'm gonna step away because this zero, the donut keeps popping up. I guess people don't want me talking today, but the show must go on. All right, I had to go re-up on the coffee. My last cup of the day. You know. Oh, you guys are fucking with me at this point. They don't want me to be seen on YouTube 250,000 views later, and they don't want me to be seen. And when I hit 1 million, I'm gonna be gunning for 2 million. And when I hit 2 million, I'm gonna be gunning for 3 million. 3 million people. Because the show must go on. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a video about what it means to be shadow banned. What's going on, Anthony, man? Long time no see. I'm gonna make a video about what it means to be shadow banned by a group of people that feel like they control the internet. And they do. Bullshit ain't nothing. When you encounter the group that controls the internet, they make you feel like you've been ghosted. If you feel that way. That's up to you. Like, you don't have to feel ghosted, but they gonna try to make you feel like it's you're in a haunted house all by yourself. So we're gonna make a video, and that's my new thing. Is every time I experience something, instead of getting mad about it, I just make a video about it. We gonna harness the energy of whatever they come at you with. Make a video about it. Talk about it. Be very clear and speak about it the way that is very, very, damn, I can't even think of the word, man. You got to speak about it in such a way where it's clear and concise and easy to understand. And whatever these motherfuckers do in your life, for me, I'm going to turn it into content. I'm going to turn it into content. You got to, you know, the squirrels play so many games, it's hard to keep up with all the games. It's very hard. So we're going to switch mics now. So bear with me. All right, we have successfully switched microphones. the people behind the scenes, which nobody truly knows who they are still to this day, the ones that collaborate using money, power, and influence, they want to make you feel lower than you've ever felt before. They want to make you feel blocked. They want to make you feel unseen and unheard. But the truth is, it's an illusion. The truth is, whether you feel like you're unseen and unheard, just know they're listening, they're watching, they're observing. They have to, because they're monitoring your reactions to everything. How does that make you feel, knowing that you're shadow banned? And I'm like, well, it used to make me feel exactly the way that you intended for it to make me feel, till I realized that, first of all, when it comes to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and all the other platforms, you can't feel that way because this is not a platform that I created. And for that reason alone, I cannot feel any kind of way based on a feeling that I have because I am performing on another platform that I do not own any of the rights to. I don't control what the people do on that platform. And we know how the world works. The big time people have people in place just in case they need to use them. See, the biggest kept secret in the world is that people are weapons, right? Formed against each other. The people are truly weapons, and they're happily ready to form themselves against any target at any time. Have a good day, Stacy. We have to not let that affect our psychological state. Because you don't own these platforms. And a lot of times it's just simply for the sake of shutting this guy up and shutting him down. And if you fall for that, then you'll never make progress in anything in your life, no matter what it is. Because they attack all your efforts at all times, and then they sit back and they watch you. So even when you're feeling like no one's seeing what you're doing, nobody's hearing you, you'll be super highly surprised of just how many people are actually watching you. Even when the numbers say 0, the number is never 0, ever. It's never 0. That number in this case is a lie. They're always watching, and they're always going to watch. And so I'm going to make my attackers my audience. And I won't focus on the numbers. I'll focus on the goal. I really don't want to be distracted from any point that I have to make, but to be quite honest, I didn't get on here today with any specific topics in mind. I just got on here because one of my subscribers asked when I was going to do a live. And you know what? I'm probably going to have to do another one later because I know he's sleeping right now. And he's probably not asleep, but if he is, then, I haven't seen him yet, so I'm assuming that this is not his time because I believe he said he's over on the other side of the map. So if I do another one tonight, I was hoping that I would catch all my daytime people. And then I could double back on the double back, spin around twice, and I can catch all my nighttime people. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. My daughter's in the other room. She's singing. She's a real talented singer. I don't know if you guys can pick up on the singing, but that's my daughter. She's over there doing a sing-along. She's doing a cover. I don't even know what song she's covering. I never heard it, but it sounds good enough. But yeah, I just wanted to get that little statement out the way, man. I know without knowing. And that's enough for me to know to never give up no matter what. Because whenever someone's doing something intentional, they're not doing it to not watch. It's like the bully. He bullies you because he wants to see how you're going to react to his bullying. So even if he hits you and pushes you and then walks away real fast, just because he turned his back doesn't mean he's not observing how you're going to react to it. You know, a target is a target for a reason, right? Because a target gets observed 100% of the time, you know, and so I know that if I sit here and talk to myself for the next 2 hours, it will still be seen and heard by a lot of people. Because I'm like a infamous type of guy. Like, I'm not alone. I ain't never alone, right? I got my ancestors. I got my attackers. I got just casual observers. I got a lot of people watching me, man. And it used to really make me upset. But the biggest trick they try to pull is making you think they're not watching you and no one's paying attention. But that is the biggest lie in the world, Craig, to think ain't nobody watching. That's their job, is to watch. But they try to set the stage to where you look like you're alone. That's why I stopped doing bad things, right? When I realized that I was being heavily monitored and surveilled, I said, hey, you know what? That shit alone changed my life, because I realized why I didn't get away with a lot of stuff throughout my life. You know, I always thought nobody was watching me. Damn, was I wrong? I was wrong as hell. No, in fact, there was all kind of people hiding in the shadows watching. I'm talking binoculars, cameras, listening devices, hidden cameras, all kind of shit, you know. Strangers that walk past you, but that's not a stranger. He might be a stranger to me, but I'm not a stranger to him. She might be a stranger to me, but I'm not a stranger to her, right? And it's kind of cool if you know how to look at it, right? When you decide how you're gonna view the world, it makes all the difference on how you're gonna feel about things and how you're gonna function and how you're gonna move, right? And one thing I learned early on is, man, don't let these people dictate how you feel each day. Because if you leave it up to them, you're gonna feel like shit. Every single time you wake up, you're gonna feel like shit because you're looking for validation from some people that are trying to invalidate your ass. They trying to make you feel like you ain't nothing. They trying to make you feel like you're not worthy, you don't matter. All these things while they little punk ass sit back and watch you very, very, very closely. You know, so just remember that. There's always people watching, and it's more than 10. We'll say that. It's more than one. Let's say that. It's always more than one person observing because they want to like clock how you feel, right? And so sometimes you can't focus on the thing that you focus on most because that's the biggest deception. And they know that. That's why they're manipulating what they know you focus on the most. So if you change your focus, it'll throw the attackers off balance because they're like, wait a minute, this guy doesn't focus on the same things that 90% of our targets focus on. We can't control this one through our normal channels of devices. We have to get creative with this particular individual, and that alone will draw in a bigger crowd because people want to know what makes you so different. What makes you, without even realizing it, so different than the rest of all these people? We've been doing this shit to people for so long. What makes you different? They want to know. And the fact that they want to know, word gets around through their communities and their channels. You may not hear the conversations. You may not know what's going on, but they do. And they're going to tune in because they want to know what makes this person so different than the rest. We do the same shit to him as we do to everyone else. But how is this person able to see through our bullshit so clearly? And I simply say, because, sir, I have a clean rag and a bottle of Windex. That's why. And I might not be a college graduate. I might not have any master's degrees. I may not even have a formal education. But I have common sense. I have a logical mind. And I have the wisdom to know the difference. And that alone will get you farther than most in this God-forsaken world. See, the thing is, these people aren't really that smart. They just rely on a playbook, right? But what do you do when your target goes off script? A script that they didn't even know they was following because they were being manipulated into following that script, right? Once you crack the code, they can't keep you in the box anymore. Right? Nobody, it don't matter who you ain't got to be a target, right? You don't necessarily got to be a damn target. You just got to understand that the world is a stage and they're going to force you to act whether you want to be an actor or not. So when you go off script, everybody goes crazy. They start scrambling and checking their data and looking at their notes and trying to figure out, how is this person not on script like everyone else? He doesn't go for the same shit that everyone else goes for. And we know because we didn't put the shit in front of him and he fell for it at first, but he knew, wait a minute, something's not right. They are trying to get me to go down a specific path. Somebody is, because I don't want to go down this path. But it appears they're blocking off every entry to lead me down a certain, don't go down the path. I'm gonna go down, cut right through the woods and make my own path. And guess what? They're gonna follow you. They're gonna follow you now. You don't have to follow them. And that's how you get down. That's how you do it. I'm not saying it's gonna make any great things happen for you, but I mean, at least you'll go down in history as not being just another cow, another cattle. You know, you'll go down in history as rewriting the program, right? And I already know I'm going down in history as one of the rewriters of their program, and that makes me feel good, bro. Hey, I took their program that they try to force upon me, and I rewrote the shit. Or better yet, I made them rewrite it because they realized that their program was weak as hell from the beginning. It only took a person that was able to see through it for it to get rewritten. But it's people like me that strengthens their program, right? Because they're going to try to rewrite it in such a way that they'll be ready for the next guy that thinks like me, right? But that's the beauty of human beings. We're steady evolving at all times. So of course it's going to be people like me, but it's going to be a lot more that are way greater than myself, much more greater. People that are going to continue to rewrite the program until they get tired of writing the shit. They're going to be like, damn, all these programs rewrite. We always come across people that make our program irrelevant. All we can do is watch and try to manipulate them with all this stupid shit we do, like make them feel like they're unseen and unheard. But this fucking guy right here, he knows that he's not unseen. This dude here knows that even if the numbers go to zero, we're still watching him. We're still paying close attention. But how does he know? No one told him anything, but yet he still knows. Because the world is a stage. Because they've been hitting us with so many programs. Even Melanie said it. A lot of these people got threatened to be put in line with these programs. And let's be real, nobody wants to get threatened. Nobody wants to feel like something can happen to them. You know? And a lot of people, when they say, I was so terrified, they are telling the truth. I think the only thing that ever terrified me is when I was getting up to go to the bathroom one night when I lived in California. I turned on the light and there was a big ass camel spider standing right at my feet. Yeah, that terrified me. That was one of the few things in my life that terrified me. Hey, look, I was walking through some apartments one night, and there was two dudes arguing with each other, right? And they were in each other's faces. And as I got closer to him, one of the guys had a gun in his hand, right? A pew pew. And the guys continued to argue, and I continued to inch closer to them to where I could start to hear what they were saying, right? And then the one guy that was facing me just fired a shot at the guy. Boom. And he was like, back up off of me. And that the shot that he fired, I heard the bullet whiz past my head. It was like, wow. I wonder how close that bullet was to hitting me. And I had nothing to do with this confrontation. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that bullet almost hit me in the head, right? But was I terrified? No, absolutely not. I was more terrified of a spider than a damn bullet. And who knows? Maybe those guys were and that's a true story. I swear it is. I am not lying at all. Walked up on two guys arguing and one guy. He only fired his weapon one time. But that shot came so close to me. I was like, thank you, God, for not letting that bullet hit me, because you know, like I know, it ain't my time to go. Not over some little petty argument. Joey Fingers, what's going on, my boy? I can't lie if I said I don't like your name. I really do. Every time I see it, it makes me want to say, Joey Fingers, what's going on? Joey Fingers. My boy from down in Philly. One of these days, I'm going to head out to Philly, but I'm probably going to hang out in the downtown area. Oh, so there it is. Come on, dude. Come on. Come in. The dog just came in. Go find you a spot to lay down. And now don't knock my coffee over. Sit down. Sit down, my guy. No. Why you want all the attention? See, he see I'm doing a video, and now he want to sit here, and he want me to stop doing what I'm doing so I could pet him and pat his head. You a mess, bro. Lay down. Nope, lay down. He needs constant attention. Only time he don't want attention is when it's time for him to go to sleep. Oh, I know Philly. Hey, man, why you think Philly got the famous Philly cheesesteaks? Even though they're not all from Philly, they got the number one. Here, go then. Go. Oh, now you don't want to go? Then lay down. Man, he's really bugging me right now. Yes, Philly cheesesteaks are the best. Hey, you know what? I got a griddle that Philly cheesesteaks are made on. I got a real one too. Like, I can't show you guys because it's too, man, my griddle weighs like 200 pounds. It's a slab of solid steel. And I even got the drain tray to go with it, right? And I'm looking at it right now, but it's too heavy. I could pick it up, but it's like, it's too heavy. This shit is like literally a 200-pound piece of steel. But when I take it outside and I put it on a barbecue grill, it fits perfectly on the propane grill, but it's perfect for making chopped cheese, Philly cheese steaks, and all that kind of shit. It's like the size of a regular food truck griddle, I guess you would say. But it's about a half-inch thick. And I cooked on it all last summer when I didn't feel like when I didn't feel like cooking in a frying pan or the oven or on a barbecue grill. I bust out the griddle. But I would say it's heavy enough to where two people need to transport it easily. But if you were taking it to a park or something, I can cook enough food for, first of all, my griddle is big enough. I can cook about 30 eggs at one time on my griddle. About 30 eggs. Murmurs Parade in January is a great city. Absolutely. Joey Marlino's spot in South Philly is actually a very good cheesesteak. Yeah, that's another reason I wanted to go to Philly, man, is I just wanted to be able to say I went to Philly to eat a Philly cheesesteak. How many people can say that? I ate a Philly cheesesteak in Philly. You know what? There's a place in Vegas. It's a gas station though, and they make Philly cheesesteaks. I don't even remember the name of this place, but they make the best cheesesteak. All I remember about this gas station is, check this out. One night I was in there. This was like after the sun went down in the city, right? And all these little young dudes came in, right? There's a high school not too far from this gas station. I forgot the name of the high school, right? I could look it up at some point. It ain't hard to find the name. At any rate, these dudes did a they did a smash and grab at the gas station. I was like, bro, that is so not worth it. If you guys are gonna do some shit like that, you might as well go to a jewelry store, man. Why would you walk into a gas station and catch a robbery charge stealing some chips and Skittles? That's retarded, man. Right? But I was in there when they did it, right? I got up out of there ASAP. I was like, wait a minute. These dudes are doing a smash and grab. What is wrong with these? And it was like 15 people. I'm sitting in there trying to get a Philly cheesesteak, and they just walk in there and just start picking up shit. Not paying for it and walking out, and like it was like a funny game to these guys. And I was like, bro, you gonna go sit in jail over some damn $2.39 chips and some damn candy and a Red Bull? Ain't no way, man. Why don't you why don't you spend $7 and get you a Philly cheesesteak, bro? I need to, you know what? I want to remember the name of the place because it's, in a lot of these places, right? I always would say that the best food that I've ever found was the food that they cook inside of a gas station. Just these little bitty shops that are within a gas station. In Vegas, though, they got a lot of they got this famous Mexican food place that they have in certain gas stations, right? They used to have a lot of Sunoco's in Vegas, right? I think it was called Sunoco. Whatever gas station, if anyone's familiar, it's got the green dinosaur on the sign, right? It's a gas station in green letters, and it's got like a little dinosaur. And I thought it was Sunoco, but the more I'm thinking about it, it's not Sunoco because Sunoco is blue and white, but it's something similar to that name, right? But at any rate, they got the famous Roberto's taco shop inside of this gas station. When you was in the Army, you was stationed in Long Beach City, California. In our Liberty days, we drove into LA. And back in the 80s, Compton was a war zone. But I met neighborhood Crips. Oh, you're right. It is a Sinclair. Damn. Thank you. See, that's why I like to chat. You are absolutely right, Ham. Yes, the Sinclair gas station. I don't know why I said Sunoco. I guess because they both start with an S, right? But that's what it was. It was Sinclair. It's got the little green dinosaur, right? You know, I suppose the dinosaur is a representation of fossil fuel, right? But at any rate, Sinclairs are known to have in-house other shops, right? And in Vegas, it's Roberto's. And man, they cook the best burritos, the best tacos. I'll fly all the way back to Vegas right now just to hit up Taco Tuesdays. Taco Tuesdays are, yeah, they're in Vegas too, man. Which makes sense because, There's a lot of East Coast people that run the city of Las Vegas, man. A lot of that shit in Vegas is owned by people from the Midwest and the East Coast. A lot of it. Yeah, there's not a whole bunch of them in Vegas, but I'm gonna tell you the number one stores that you're gonna come across. Like if you've ever heard of Citgo Gas, which is pretty much any at the time, a few years back, was 7-Eleven gas, right? Citgo Gas, which coincidentally enough, Citgo used to be owned by Fidel Castro. Citgo was Cuban gas, but I think America seized the company. They did something to where Fidel didn't own Citgo anymore. He had to give it up. Yeah. Well, just remember Citgo was owned by Cuba at one time. It was Cuban gas, owned by the famous dictator. Everybody loved Fidel Castro. He was like everybody's favorite dictator, you know. Yeah, Melanie, I'm gonna get back on tonight because I need to tap in with my nighttime crew. I just wanted to tap in with my day crew. I know that okay, I know that you gonna show up, Melanie, regardless, day or night. That's why I appreciate you, and I want you to know that I very, very, very much appreciate your participation in just helping just my channel in general, man. So thank you. But I might post on my community post where what time I'm gonna go live, but it's usually around 10, 11, or midnight. One of those three time frames. So at any rate, Melanie, you have a great day, and I'll see you later tonight. Before Castro, Cuba was literally an open air brothel. Brother, those meals you make are delicious. Yeah, you know what? I put in a lot of time. And you know what? Let me show you guys something. And I've been talking about this stuff, but I finally made it to the store to go get some. And if anybody likes cooking with marinated meat, not necessarily Mexican meat, but just marinated meat, I'm going to show you something that I cook with that you probably haven't cooked with before, but you should. If you can find it where you're at, go look for this. What I'm about to get it. I'm about to show you. All right. All right. So we'll wait. We shall wait. Don't 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 no 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 don't don't no don't don't don't. And we are still waiting, ladies and gentlemen. We are still waiting. The ribs that I cooked, made that I made. Yeah, well, watch when you see the next ribs. So look, Joey, you ever seen this right here? So this is the box. But this is what it looks like. It's a brick. It's like the consistency of weed resin, right? Like it's not powder. It's a brick of this is the marinade base right here. This is what, bro, this right here, you need you some of this. So I'll put it back on the screen and maybe screenshot that. All you're looking for is this. The spiced annatto seed paste. It's called achiote condimentado, but it's really just the spiced annatto seed paste. If you're any kind of cook, that's a marinade that you want in your kitchen, right? Because that will take your cooking experience to a whole nother level. So, um, right, but there's different versions of it. This particular is the this, this is this is the absolute this is the base. This is like the heart of the marinade. Like this isn't pre-mixed. This isn't there's nothing else in this, right? This is just I'm gonna tell you what's in the ingredients. It says the ingredients is just annatto seed, spice and coloring, cornmeal, salt, dehydrated garlic, spice, chilies, vinegar, water, sodium benzoate as a preservative, and red 40. That's the only thing in this, right? But there's if you go to the store, you'll see that there's different versions of it. So you want to look for the Chef Marito version of it, where this is the absolute base right here. It's not pre-mixed. And then when you get it, you want to go ahead and watch a video on how to create the marinade, right? You're going to need a blender because you can put orange juice, pineapple juice. There's a lot of stuff you could do with it, right? But once you get like a your own blend that you want to go with, you just add your water, your oil, whatever you want to add, right? And then you can put your chicken in there. You can put thin cut chuck steak in there. You can put pork rib in there, right? And let it sit for 2-3 hours. And it literally dyes the meat red. It becomes a dark red color, right? So once you do that, after about a few hours, some people will marinate overnight. It's really good on like chicken drumsticks, chicken thighs, leg quarters. I used to go to the Mexican market and get the achiote marinated leg quarters. So I get the drumstick and the thigh connected, and that's what I would barbecue. I'd get like 10 pounds of that shit, right? But then you also have the hold on, I'm having a brain freeze. It's the pork. It's called the pork au pastor, where they put the pineapple chunks in with the marinade, and it's real thin cut pieces of pork, right? And what I always did was I'll barbecue 10 pounds of that shit. I'll have a whole tray of this shit. It's so thin you could just rip it off like beef jerky and eat it like that. But what I would do is I would cook it with the marinade already pre-mixed from the Mariana's or La Bonita's meat market. And I would make a big pot of white rice. And all you got to do is make a plate, get you a couple little thin slabs of the pork, and just make you like a little grabber with the pork, and you just put it in between your fingers and grab the rice and eat it like that. But when I tell you it's the best tasting stuff, and I've been saying this shit for so long, but the other thing is this though, you know, you can make your own flavor, but when you barbecue with it in your neighborhood, if it's not popular where you live, people are going to want to go get it themselves because they're going to be like, man, I smelt you cooking some barbecue, bro. And, I never smelt nothing like that before. It had like a little extra aroma to it. And so now either you got two options. Either you're going to let us eat with you or you're going to tell us what you used because we want that same aroma because we could tell by the aroma that the flavor goes crazy. So I went and bought a few boxes of these. That way I know that I'll have enough for multiple meals. But I'm going to see if I can make some marinated spare ribs. Yep, I said it. Some marinated spare ribs off the grill. And so the visuals are gonna go just as crazy, right? Because it, like I said, it dyes the meat dark red, and like who doesn't like some dark red meat, right? I don't care. It makes chicken dark red. It makes pork dark red. It makes red meat even redder. But it is just the go-to. I don't care what nobody say, man. It's a must-have. And so, you know, I've been cooking with it since about 2014. I've been cooking with it. And you know it's crazy because at first when I used to go to the meat market back in the day, I never knew what marinade that they used. I just know that I always liked it. But it never crossed my mind at the time that like I can make my own marinade. And then I did. I've made marinades many times, but I always made my marinades wrong. I used to use stupid shit to make marinades. And then I always wondered why it didn't taste right. Like it was too salty or the flavor was off. It's because I was making it while lacking the main ingredient, which was the annatto seed. So once I got um, acquainted with the fact that I can go to the store, and let me tell you another thing. They sell this at Walmart. Walmart has a lot of stuff. So, that's something, in my opinion, to think about, bro, is we love Walmart still. We have mixed emotions about Walmart. Some people don't like Walmart, some people do. I don't mind buying meat from Walmart, but others do. Hey, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be back. right, people. It's been a pleasure, but I'm going to go ahead and end this live for now. Come hit me up later tonight.